purple, lilac. So we had done so many layers just for the room to look white. And then when I told these guys, oh my God, it's the wrong room. The way I was almost thrown out of that window.
But sasa,
it was honestly a run for your life to get out of that space. Yeah. Yeah.
Because sasa nyinyi mkifanya hamkufikiria ati we need the police even.
Polisi walikuwa overpowered. What do you mean? Polisi walikuwa, mimi nakwambia ilishinda watu 100. You are not hearing me.
Zina, nafikiri kuna assume at least you can throw a tear gas or something,
okay,
scare
so
people.
That's true. Tear gas haikuwa.
But so if it does all these things super fast, it's going to be tricky. But sound zaniambia, do you see lawyers voting in opposition if Sifuna is not the presidential candidate? Seskuria said a lot of people are going to become MPs with a DCP seat. And then he said, straight after that, if Ruto wins, we're just going to buy them.
Where?
So you don't think that's possible? Iko Nini? Yeah, tuko na Nerima Wako. And Nerima Wako is, you're the founder of CASHAPP.
Yes. I am.
Okay. You founded it like which year?
2015 officially.
Okay.
Slightly before that. So it's 11 years now.
Yeah. And it's interesting because what you studied, I can see like you studied journalism and public administration in the US. Then CASHAPP. Like why?
So I did journalism because that's what I wanted. Okay. Honestly, public administration ni vile nilipatiwa scholarship juu nilipita vizuri sana.
Oh, ulikuwa seko gani?
So that's another story. I was in Aga Khan.
Hii Aga Khan moja hii.
Hapana, academy. Another system. It's the same Aga Khan, but you know wako na system ya the Kenyan curricula and then we have the IGCSE.
Okay.
So I transferred to IGCSE after class 8 because I had so much anxiety. I didn't even want to pick my results as class 8.
Okay.
So my parents saw how I was reacting to picking results. I was just moved to another
IGCSE.
system.
Yeah. And how is it? How is that system? Because from the outside looking in, Sujambia yuktuni simple. Kuna multiple choice mpaka form 4. Is it that way?
No, I would say... So the difference that I found almost immediately is you either know your stuff or you don't. You learn. And it's not about multiple choice. So for me, I did the IB system. And so you're pretty much doing university level work while you're still in secondary school. So by the time I was transferring to uni, I had already understood basic level, university level mathematics.
Yeah, okay.
Yes, tulikuwa mbele. But also the fact that the way you would respond, we didn't have multiple choice. It was essay format responses.
Okay.
Yeah. And I feel like it was such a different... I had, nilikuwa nimetoka system ya kukram. So I'm now in this system where I'm like, hey, I either know my stuff or I don't know. So you really study and you have to understand it. And so for me, the transition into the States wasn't too difficult.
Okay. Yeah. So with that, after going through that, mtoi, unataka mtoi apitie which one? KCSE ama IGCSE? Which one do you think? Yes.
That's the one I only reached to year 11. And then you can choose to go to year 12 or 13, which is IB, which is university now. But I did year 11. I didn't even get my results yet. I already had a scholarship to the States. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Because of my writing. So that's where now my journalism background. I actually am a writer. I love writing.
Okay.
And so when I joined now uni, when I did journalism, nilipita vizuri sana. Then they were like, you know what, you have a high GPA. So that's when I actually graduated magna cum laude.
Yes.
Yeah. And so that's when I got a scholarship to do my public administration because that was one of the programs being offered. And that's when I learned a lot about governance systems and my interest in American politics grew. Then my interest in world politics and then African politics. Yeah.
Okay. So which uni was that? Jacksonville
State.
Jacksonville State iko wapi?
Alabama.
Alabama. Huko sini. You're one of the few black people huko ama? Ama iko aje Alabama? Yeah.
No. Okay,
like,
so
from the TV vile suonaga naonaga ni zile place za when a black man is walking. What you doing,
oh
boy?
my gosh, let me tell you. Okay, so true story. When Obama won, sikuwa najua ameshinda and I was in State O. When he won presidency. And
the first one?
Because, yes.
Okay.
And it's because everyone watches Fox News.
Yes.
So sisi tuna watch Fox. And it's showing like, haya, Obama is not winning this thing. And then the news, you know the way the numbers, the tallying sort of stops. So you're not sure.
Yes.
So me, I knew Obama won when my friend Gibson in California, alinipigia simu, and they're singing. I can just hear people screaming. And it's like, Kwani, why are you not happy? I'm like, what's going on? They're like, but they've announced Obama is the 44th president.
Yeah.
So, yes, I did go to school, the Bible Belt. The university had up to 10,000 students. And majority of them white.
Yes.
So it is a school where minorities are black students.
Yeah. Okay. And how was that? Like, did you experience racism? Because I'm trying to, because from list yangu kiniambia nikuandikia list ya places nataka kuvisit
Alabama
US.
is not there.
Alabama ikuagi hapo. Kuna zile zinakuaga tu zile I don't want to there. Si tunataka tu hiyo California, New York. Tulienda ATL. Unajua hizo? Like black people.
I get it.
Yes.
But I have a love for Alabama because I feel like once I got there, even the school where I was, just 20 minutes from the school is Aniston, which is where Martin Luther King, the bus was burnt down. And it's about an hour and a half away from Birmingham, which a lot of people know about Birmingham, Alabama, Salem, the church where young girls were burnt in the church. So there's a lot of historical civil rights movements in Alabama. I did experience racism. I would say that it wasn't, I would say in school, on campus, there was nuances of it, but it was mainly outside school.
Okay.
Where you'd get, you'd interact with some racism. But I also learned a lot. I feel like that's where, you know, people ask me, why do you do your hair like that? I'm like, you go somewhere where people make fun of your hair. You just become very proud of your being, you know? So I would say that's where my Pan-Africanism, it grew from there. So even now, every day when I wear something, it has to belong to a Kenyan designer, a Kenyan, an African, everything I wear, from even the jewelry, the earrings, this is Kenyan. So it has to be an African
So any instance that stands out? Yeah, racism that you look like, damn, I'm not home.
It was just like my hair. I would say that it's a very political statement. Even you just keep your hair like that is a very political statement.
Yes.
I would say one time I was walking to Walmart. I was in Walmart and I had shaved my hair. It was short, so nilikuwa nimechanua, but sijaweka matuta or anything. Bantu knots, and so I just went like that. And there's actually a black lady who stopped me in the middle of the alley, and she was like, why would you do that? Like, why would you walk out with your hair like that? Why wouldn't you wear a wig? So I feel for me, the aspect of racism was you're already dealing with that from, white people.
Yes.
And then you'd have, it's not all, but some Black Americans. I feel like Wakanda changed how Black Americans view Africa. But I feel before that movie,
it was not Wakanda forever.
Oh, it was not Wakanda forever. It was not. There was not even a curiosity of, what part of Africa. Africa is all one country, and you all come from the same place. So I would say, I guess, getting disliked or hated just because of my color, at least here sometimes, with tribalism or whatever, people have to know your name. Kwani wewe umetoka wapi, jina lako? But when it's your skin, man, I feel like it's something you can't even hide. You can't give yourself a pseudonym. I feel like it built something in me that just made me very hard-headed. I just do what I came to do.
Okay. So now, damn, like this, and this black person, alikuwa najua you're African. By the time
ajui, but it's like ako confused juu ako like mbona huyu anatembea hivi na nywele imekaa hivo. Like I feel like maybe she had an idea but she didn't know because it's not natural to walk out without a wig. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So you stayed in Alabama for how long?
For about 5 years, and then I moved to Atlanta, Georgia, and
how was that? Because
yeah,
I spent like, is it maybe 1 or 2 days huko, and I loved it. I loved the fact that as much as in quotes hawatupendi, but I could see them. Kuna ile tu brotherhood fulani, like you are just happy to be around your people. Not just they might not feel you're one of them, but there's just that one thing of
Atlanta, it's an amazing city. I feel a lot more black businesses, enterprises, and it's a beautiful state, Georgia. And then, I moved to DC, which is now the capital, which was completely different. So even Georgia, you're still, in the south, but you still feel like it's not so much like the white south that I just came through. Because I normally tell people on Sunday, that is one of the most segregated days in America, because are you going to a black church or a white church?
Okay.
And so it's like there are some that are mixed, they're international, but I felt like Atlanta, Georgia, you have a much more variety or diversity around you.
Okay. Na sina assume kienda kwa white church ama black church, there's still white Jesus on the wall, huh?
Yes. There's still white Jesus.
So now you graduate from Jacksonville. So ATL unaenda kufanya nini? Job ama?
Yes, I was doing an internship. So after I graduated and I got my master's, I did need to do an internship before I came back home. And I ended up working now officially at an internship in Washington, D.C.
Okay.
So the company is called, or still there, Search for Common Ground.
Okay.
And
what's it about?
Yeah, so they do peace conflict resolution. So they worked in about 30 countries actually in the world. And they're mainly a mediation, peace and reconciliation organization.
Okay.
And so my work was basically looking at content that was coming out from Congo. And the funny thing about it is because when I applied for the internship, there were hundreds of applications. And because the organization is in DC, the capital, you would expect that they would get interns from Ivy League, from Princeton, from Harvard. I come from a small school in the middle of Alabama. And so the only reason I got this application is because I understand Kiswahili. Out of 600, I was the only one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So walikuwa wanataka hivyo juu ya batoto ba Congo.
And then I get
a whole Swahili.
Where I get the job, then I'm like, I don't understand this Kiswahili. This is a different Kiswahili. So, I found myself now educating about different things about Africa, because they even had a program that they wanted to start in Kenya, in Sudan, in Burkina. So I feel like that's actually why I felt like I needed to go back home.
Oh, okay. And this, I feel like this kudilna conflict is the sort of thing that starts to also pull you to siasa, ama?
Yes.
Yes. I think kuna quote, I don't know if you watched this movie, but it was such a good movie, Judas and the Black Messiah.
Oh man, I love that.
Yeah, it was really good. And I remember kuna part moja where they're quoting Hampton.
Fred Hampton.
Fred Hampton, yes. Yeah. Alafu, where he says politics is war without bloodshed and war is politics with bloodshed. So I think makes sense. Design nini. Oh, okay. So you stay here for how long? Like ATL? Kusumesema kulikuwa na ATL and then DC. So hii job iko DC.
Yes.
So DC ulika for how long?
1 year. 1 year. In fact, as soon as my scholarship was done, I feel for me, the turning point for me, and I've repeated this story so many times, but it was when the staff meeting and there was civil war in Burundi, and people are asking questions about what do we do? What are the young people doing? You know, there's conflict there. How can we mediate? How do we? And I remember thinking like, man, because it was something in regards to extending constitutional terms, you know, and we're so used to hearing those things, even like in Uganda, in Rwanda. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is something that can actually hit home for me. And I remember sitting in that room and being, you know, me and my other friend Besho, who's also Kenyan, but she lived in Canada.
Yes.
We're like, man, like we're the only ones who can actually relate directly with this situation.
Yes.
And for me, that was a turning point for me. I was like, I need to go home. Like, what am I doing here in this country, far away? What's happening in governance in my own country? How am I contributing? So after the internship ended, I was like, you know what? I want to go back home. I'm curious to know what young people are doing in regards to governance, politics. And so I moved home. Of course, family was like, that's not the best idea.
Yeah, because America is America.
America. And then, you know, I'm working in a company that's actually located in DuPont Circle. Anyone who's lived in DC, it's like a few meters away from the White House.
Oh, okay.
So you are in the creme de la creme of positions of where your office is, the kind of people you mingle with, where people eat lunch, or even the bars. Like, but I just felt like something was missing. And so when I came back, I didn't have anything to come back to. It was just I want to do something for my country, and I don't know what that looks like. But the conversations, you know, would start when I would see events in terms of, oh, there's something happening. There was Hilton. Then there's something happening at Hilton on governance, and I'd go. And that's how I made friends. Because you remember, I've been gone for, I had to make friends all over again. And so this is where now I met other young people who had the same ideas as myself. And that's now when I met Murabwa Odari actually at a conference at this Desmond Tutu Center. It's still there on Wayaki Way.
Yes.
And it was actually a conference on Pan-Africanism. So even by the time you... Imagine, you're 24, you're attending a Pan-African summit, and you're so engaged with where is Africa gonna be in 10 years from now. And so this other guy, he comes up to me and we just click, and he's like, you know, I've been thinking of starting a space for young people to discuss politics. And that's how the idea sort of evolved. It's like he knew the name. He said it would be called Siasa Place. And I was like, okay. And then now came into, this is how it can look like. And so, yeah. That's
okay. Yeah. And Nini, which year is this? Because I want to see what's happening in Kenya at the moment. Yeah,
I had just come back, so 2013. Yeah.
Oh, so 2013. So ulikuja after Uhuruto, like they already taken over.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're taken over the first government under the constitution, which was actually new then. Devolution is new. People are figuring out how counties work, so it was a lot of exciting stuff in terms of devolution and what is devolved, what isn't.
Yes.
So there was a lot going on in terms of governance.
Okay. And the funny thing about that time, I also feel like young people were not as political as right now, Ama?
No! That was also the time Twitter X was also coming into the space. And we were actually at a cafe in Tao, and one of our... Now, at this point, we're recruiting people, volunteers.
Yes.
And one of our friends was like, you know, there's this new thing called Twitter. Like, we should have those conversations there, because if we think of future, we think governance, everything is going online. Like... People are going to be organizing and deciding and discussing online.
Yeah.
And that's how actually the Siasa Place Twitter account is older than my own profile. And the handle, I think we opened it in 2013, 2014. But we were already thinking there. So yes, we would have conversations every Wednesday. And it wasn't the sijui hizo space ziko na audio. No.
Yes.
You were actually texting what you thought. You would wait for someone to respond. It was a thread. And so by the time you're done with one conversation, what one is a space, let's have a 2-hour conversation. Those ones for threads, you'd even be there sometimes 6 hours because someone has woken up somewhere else in another part of the world.
Yes.
They're contributing, someone adds facts. And so it used to last sometimes even up to 24 hours. You're having a conversation, but it's moving very slowly.
Yeah. Okay. Damn. Alafu nini kitu sikuuliza internship ya nini ilikuwa inalipa?
No.
Yeah, DC.
No.
Oh, but ulikuwa na transport?
No.
Yeah.
No. I was working. I used to go for my internship by 7 a.m. I'm in the office. So I would be able to leave by 3 p.m. And then I had a job. I used to work at the mall. I used to sell certain products, and so I would be paid on how many hours I give at the end of the day. So I would have 2 jobs to be able to do my internship. No, it wasn't paid.
Na hiyo time unaishi wapi kusina assuming rent ni expense nini?
Yes, good questions. Good questions. Yo. I was living about an hour away. I would take a bus to Laurel. At the time, there was another lady who eventually, she worked at that office. She worked there.
Yes.
I rented her basement. Yeah, so I wasn't paying like full rent. I was paying for a room.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Na alikuwa nakucharge kama ngapi? At
maybe,
least bei za Kenya ma.
Remember. It was maybe $1,000. Yeah, $900.
Damn, basement.
Yeah. Well, housing is expensive.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Yo, I can't even survive in New York. I can't. Like, you have to live out maybe, an hour, 40 minutes. You do the commute. And so people would wake up early, you start your journey, and you just come. It's easier to pay for transport than rent.
It's so interesting how in these developed countries people measure distance by time. Like I live an hour away. Kusa shida ya Kenya ni unaweza kuwa unaishi Mada na uko an hour away from town because traffic. Unakuwa stuck in traffic and you have to. Oh, okay. So of course the elections happen. There's a lot of anger hapa Kenya 2013. There's a lot of tribal divisions. So how does were there initial conversations on the ground ile sasa siasa place yenyewe where people could congregate ama hii time yote it's still maybe ni kitu sijauliza come up na idea in 2013 si ndio? How long did it take to open the physical place?
Good question. So by the time we've come up with the idea, by the time I actually get a certificate, we didn't have an office space. First of all, getting the certificate was challenging because of the name.
Okay.
Niliambiwa, siasa hautaweza because it's banned. And it was banned by Moi during the 90s. I was so confused. I was like, what does Moi have to do with me now?
Aliban nini like the name?
Yeah, apparently.
Oh, so you can't register anything with the name? Oh, okay.
So, but it wasn't an official ban. And it was one of those things that it happened after the disbandment of Sonu. So just anything involving young people and politics was just a no-no. So we didn't know. And I remember actually at that time, it's when we're reaching out to people to join our board. And so Boniface Mwangi is on our first board because he was like one of the people that we saw so presently in terms of demanding change. And so, he's in the board and with other colleagues and, we tell them it's really hard to register because of the name. But he's like, don't change your name. That's the name you want to call yourself. You call yourself that, And just like me, I published a book called Boom Twaf. And even if it sounds dumb, that's what I want.
Yes.
And so by the time now we got our registration document, it was slightly over 1 year. By the time we got that.
So mkaregister kama NGO?
Yeah, as an NGO. And even after we registered, we actually trademarked the word siasa after that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Na wakakubali?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes. We still own the word siasa. Because we were making a point. We were just like, you can't say something is illegal when there's no laws binding you from doing something like that. But also, when we got our first office, it would be 3 years later. So it's around 2016 is now when we were moving into a space 3 years later. And that's the part that we had people volunteer space with us. We had people give us space. We would work from one desk a lot of times in restaurants. That's the part of stories people don't share. Yeah.
Okay. So the first place mlipata ilikuwa wapi?
It was in Tao, a development house. What's the name of that?
Karibu na Afya Center?
Yes. Iko karibu na Afya Center. What floor were we on? 8th floor. 8th floor. And even it's funny because when we got the office, we were paying 48K for the space per month. And so a lot of people were moving out. Ilikuwa kama end month. And I had a friend, Lon Felix, he was working in that building. He's like, there's some affordable offices hapa chini. And it's very convenient because the mats, they stop, Afya. So I was like, okay. So we went to check it out. We go, we apply, we are accepted because he's already there. And so when I'm given the office, I can't afford painters. So sisi tulienda tukanunua paint.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. And so when we're going to paint the rooms, I'm going with like my people, like Miriam, my team, Ken, and so Gray. And so as we're going to paint, imagine I tell them to paint the wrong room. I don't even know how I did that because a lot of the floor was empty. Someone had the whole floor, but we just bought a room.
Okay.
So when I took them to the wrong room.
Ukapaint ofisi ya mtu?
Na
mliweka kala gani?
It was white. It was white and then the other
originally color ilikuwa?
Purple, lilac. So we had done so many layers just for the room to look white. And then when I told these guys, oh my God, it's the wrong room. The way I was almost thrown out of that window.
But sasa na mwenye room kuja alifurahia mlipaint ama alikuwa amekasirika na nyinyi?
The good thing is I thank God because we really prayed. So by the time the real owner of the room comes, alituhurumia. The room was a bit bigger.
Yes.
So they were like, if they're willing to move me to another room, it's okay. But then it meant we would pay a bit more rent.
Yes, yeah.
But they were willing to forfeit the room. So that's what ended up happening. So that's how we got our first office.
Okay, but they didn't ask for more cash?
They did.
Yeah. So from 48 to?
Around 58. 10K.
10K?
Yes.
What?
Yes, they did.
Now your time seem to rely on goodwill.
Yeah. In fact, that was the struggle because people don't have salos. It's also around the time where now donors or development partners are beginning to believe in your work. Because remember, this time we've started on social media. So people have invited us to their universities. The first place we went to was Maseno University. So they are seeing that we're doing things, but hatuna ofisi. So people are like, let's support them by paying for their office. But it worked out in the end. Yeah.
Alafu of course, tukiangalia kituka siasa place, tuangalie in quotes NGOs. Inasemekana you guys are paid to destabilize governments.
We. So
mnalipangwa pesa ngapi kudestabilize like the government? Ni mzuri sana nyinyi mnaamua lazima muivuruge.
First of all, I have to demystify this. First of all, government is also paid by foreign governments.
Yes.
Okay? Number 2, how much of that budget?
What do you mean by government is paid by foreign governments?
Our health sector. When USAID shut down, who do you think was impacted the most? It was government agencies.
Okay.
Yes. Most of budget, including something like health, is actually coming from the US. Even if we talk about our security, same thing. It's coming from the US. So when we see our president going around and signing agreements and, we have a loan, we have all that money. Let me tell you, government receives 100 times more money from foreigners than any NGO combined can. So I need Kenyans to first just understand that logic. So when they come for people who work in development world or NGOs, I'm just like, how come you don't come to governments with that same energy? Come to government with that same energy, because theirs is even more. Okay?
Yes.
So if we are paid to destabilize governments, then what are they being paid to do?
Okay. Yeah.
What are they being paid to do? I don't know.
Yeah. Because the reason why nakuuliza hivyo ni like one of the names that you mentioned, Boniface Mwangi. I've always said that, according to me, if Kenyans truly wanted change, we'd go like the Boniface Mwangi route. But we don't want change. That's why I even go as far as saying Sifuna is just another politician. Like, I would not expect a radical change from him. But a Boni would be radical change.
It would be radical.
As a Boni, the bone of contention, if you come to Boni, inakuwaga that he's, what's it called, like NGO sponsored. And he does all that because of NGOs. You understand? Like, there's that negative.
I understand it. And that's why I said I'm glad you've brought it up, because there's a history of why that naming comes. You know, let's go back, and I like you're a historical person. Let's go back on what Mau Mau was called when they were fighting for land or freedom.
Yes.
They were called terrorists. Okay? But now that we are learned and we have books and we are supposed to be reading them, we know that actually what they were fighting was for our freedom and independence. They are not terrorists.
Yes.
And we don't even have to go far back in time. During the protests of 2025, we had over 70 people arrested and some of them being charged on terrorism as protesters. Okay? Just look at what countries do. We can look at countries like Montenegro or even the US, where you will use the term terrorism coming from government. States of the day will use that on a citizen to protect itself from the citizen. Okay. So when I am bringing that example, why do you think state propagandists call civil society evil society? It's to protect themselves from you. So they create this division that, those guys, they are being paid to disrupt government. But guys, government is spending even much more foreign money inappropriately, but you ask them no questions. They want you to keep asking us questions so that you don't ask them questions. And for me, I feel like that hurts even more because we pay tax. Me, the other day I was saying, tax sasa imefika how much? Is it 35%?
Yeah, iko high. Yes.
And me, I really feel the pain of that tax going every month. I am like, I'm actually feeling the difference, by the way, because products are getting higher and my salary is staying the same, but the tax somehow seems to be increasing. I should feel, okay, it's painful. There are countries like we can talk about Norway that have very high taxes. But let me tell you, these guys are comfortable. Because they're like, I can go to a hospital, I can go, transport is convenient, transport is reliable, the schools are efficient, the education works.
And no money is being stolen.
No money is being stolen. But us, tunaibiwa, tunaangalia kila siku, and then it continues for me to pay you stealing from me. Alafu sasa, mmeanza kutuma magoons kwangu. And my biggest question is, nyinyi mnafanya nini na hiyo pesa? Are you kidding me? No. Mwafrika, no.
Yeah, I know, like, I see kile, like, even during the Gen Z protests, when people are contributing and people are busy auditing Hanifa. Nataka nasema that, because serious. Muna audit this person, muna mu audit like more than you audit.
A needle in a haystack.
Yes. Muna mu audit more than you audit your own governors and... So yeah, I know we are very... I don't know how to put it, but we are full of shit. I think that's the term.
You know, sometimes it feels like it's like you're in love with the torturer.
Yes.
What is that? So someone who has come, there's this saying, you'd probably know where it is. Maybe it's even from the Bible. I think it's even okay, I can't remember the book, where it's a prophet talking about, I've come to help my people, but one hand, I think it's even an African proverb, one hand has to stop people from trying to fight me.
Yeah, I've seen that.
What is the saying?
It was some African guy.
It's
anafaitia nini, but lazima atumie one hand to stop his own people.
Yeah.
Ndio aweze kudeal na hii problem na deal nayo. Yes.
That's how,
I think I've seen it. Yes.
Yeah, that's how it feels a lot of times to do the work that we do, because you're really helping people who are looking at you like, ata mbona unanisaidia? Like, why are you trying to help me? And it can be so disheartening.
Yes.
But at the same time, people are like, but we didn't ask you to do the job, which is right.
Yeah.
So I'm like, so the people who you asked to do the job, follow up with them. Because everyone you elected, you asked them to do the job.
Yeah.
But then why drop the ball when it comes to following up with the results?
Because I think you kitu vile may bring up, I'll keep using Boni as an example.
Yeah.
2017, Boni asks Starehe, like residents, to vote for him. They don't. Then later in the year, wakona shida, instead of waende Jagwa, wanaendea Boni. And hapo mo blame Boni, because Boni was still listening to them. Be like, unasemaga, it's simple. I just throw an FU, wewe kwenda huko. Like, kama uko nafikiria I'm good enough for wewe, isikuwe time ya shida. So like with Boni na kwaga, there's that love-hate relationship that Kenyans have with him, where they watamtukana when everything is good, wanamtukana. As soon as wako na shida, wako kwa inbox, Boni jo, Boni iko happy, Boni iko. So, and then you realize they don't want change, because this guy who you think has the solutions to help you, he's put himself out there asking you, but unakata. But umebonga juu ya Goonism.
Yeah.
How bad is the problem?
No, it's bad. It's me. Hey, so I've been in politics, I can say, all my life. From my family to grandparents to my husband who vied, Madare.
Yeah.
But I have never seen this extent of Goonism.
Okay.
Where attending events, like NDCs. These days, by the way, NDCs, they are goons. Like, they are not, it's not an ODM story, Yes. It used to be, yo chama iko hivo. Unajua, yo Men in Black. Wanawanga hivo. No. This has come, ni kitu ya kawaida.
Yes.
And so, even when you're talking about security, you have sijui bodyguards. Alafu, lazima uwe na budget ya magoons wenye wana kuprotect.
Yeah.
No. It's mafia. And even like when I was at the NDC for PRM, and when the event was fantastic, when it came to the ending of it, all of a sudden you're seeing like people have almost
PRM naonisha, your party naonisha?
People's Renaissance Movement.
Okay.
Or People's Movement.
So who was there? Because I think I remember it. Ilikuwa kina nani walikuwa hapo kwa hiyo stage?
Yes, Malala came, Amisi, party leader, Maraga, Martha Karua.
Okay, so watu ndo walikuwa hapo.
Ekuru Okot. Yeah.
So the event went well?
Yes, the event went well. It was now toward the end. Sijui watu wametumwa na nani.
Ilikuwa wapi?
Showground.
Okay.
Showground. So you're just like, here is a party, an entrant into the space.
Yes.
Give people the right to be able to have their event without coming to disrupt. Iyo ni nini? Juu hata story ya Homa Bay, see guys said they are going to Homa Bay to do a rally.
Yes.
So you let them do it. Like, our constitution protects us and it allows us to do that. Sasa wewe unaweka mawe kwa barabara, you're stopping people.
Yes.
Why would you do that? And it's so unfortunate for me to see, and sad, because when you're seeing now some of that data that came out, people are missing fingers, people died, people are missing hands, people are
nini hii place ya PRM, alafu sasa tukam to hizi stats. So PRM, what happens? Like event inaenda kuisha, this is around what time?
It's around lunchtime, maybe around 1.
What happens? Wanakuisha,
you start to see like people coming into the event. You're actually wondering where they have come from. Outside, unaona kama wamekuja na maboda. So ni kama wameitwa. And it's not a small number. It's more than 100. Yeah. And so they've come in. So at this point, some people are trying to leave, but as they are leaving, they are trying to snatch things from you.
Oh, phones and stuff.
Lakini vile wanazichukua, it's almost like, it's not almost, it was an entitlement. It was like, hii ni yangu, wamenyakua vitu, you know? And it was honestly a run for your life to get out of that space. Yeah. Yeah.
Because sasa nyinyi mkifanya hamkufikiria ati we need the police even.
Polisi walikuwa overpowered. What do you mean? Polisi walikuwa, mimi nakwambia ilishinda watu 100. You are not hearing me.
Nafikiri kuna assume they can throw a tear gas or something, scare so people.
That's true. Tear gas haikuwa. But we had police there. It was maybe at some point even the police looked like they were scared. In fact, I have to give Amisi credit for this one. Amisi walked into those goons like, why are you here? Shida ni nini? Like he walked into them. He didn't run. You know, me, I'm used to seeing politicians running with their bodyguards and security when I ingia kwa magari. But he was trying to figure out what the problem is. But those goons, like even when I walked out at one point and they were high. So you're like, nyinyi mmetumwa for sure. Because by the time you've already come high, there's a supplier. So kuna mahali, you guys decided you are getting high, and then you're coming to do the job.
Yes.
But the fact that people had crude weapons.
Hata iko event ya showground.
You're just like, people are coming for danger. It's not tumepita hiyo level ya wacha nikustue. You know, tumepita.
Yeah.
It's no longer until let's see who's braver than the other. Tumepita. It's now, you think me I can't take your life? Wacha nikuonyeshe. So once we cross over there, we're too, you know, people look at post-election violence. Tumeshafika pre-election violence. I don't know what this is.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. If it just continues to climb.
Over a year before the election.
Yeah.
At least ingekuwa a few months, ingekuwa over a year too. That means there's so much space for it to escalate.
Yeah. And NCIC, guys, where are you? Yo, there's some people who should not even be on any tickets for 2027. Tuko na evidence. Kama unataka Wakenya watume evidence, tunaweza watumia. What is the problem? Take action. Because there is no way you can tell me, you know, so I have a background. My master's is in public administration.
Yes.
But I concentrated in emergency management. And there's something that I really like when the state prepares for an emergency. They have zones.
Yes. So
it's like we're waiting for the country to get to a red zone for action. My friend, tumefika red zone. And I'm not seeing any action. Yeah, it's like these guys don't even have you know, the way you can have a thermometer to be like, okay, how hot are things?
Yes.
Okay, tukifika hapa, sasa, this is when now, these are the actions we need to take. I am worried about what their thermometer looks like. Because me, on mine, it's showing me to tumefika red zone. For them, I don't know what they're waiting on. I don't know.
What? So you are going to put your stats. Isn't it interrupt?
Yeah.
How the stats looking? Like how bad is it? Like,
no, it's bad. Like me, where? Because I saw that, you know, that Kofi Annan study that Kenya looks like it's going to get to 85% chance of violence. I could not agree more. Like that stat is showing us, indeed, we are heading there.
Yeah.
So I would say we cannot have repetitious press conferences about we're going to do something about security and nothing is done. There's no way we cannot have people responsible for their actions because it's emboldening. So even to where we were having a discussion with some of my friends and we're like, when did it get like this where alikuwa anasema alikuwa anapitia Ngong Road, hizo sides za Kerarpon. And alikuwa ndani ya traffic, you know how that road can be. And there was a group of people who had already tied like a tire on a thief. and ako kwa traffic and it's like she's hearing them deciding ama tumchome sasa tufanye nini na huyu. So yeah, you know, and you're in traffic and there are like no other Kenyans. She said she had to just wait to get to the traffic police kwa junction and just stopped the car and said, please, there's someone over there. People are actually debating whether to ban or not. And when did we get here? Like you're seeing chaos around you. It's like tumezoea. Like now seeing goons is like, hey, how ndio goons?
Alafu unajua goons evolve just like any other animal. So they're going to evolve from political violence because, you know, politics is in quote seasonal. That means is it high seasons, indio? Then after the elections, what's going to happen? They won't just stop being goons. So watataka sasa ulicheki kama wale vijana, those kids who tied the rope kwa pale Halikam.
A teenager.
Yes.
I don't know, that chubby one.
Yeah, they're thinking like, sasa hapa. And then alafu nimeanza kuona hizo the images of people putting stones on the road so that they can rob watu.
That's the thing.
Hiyo pia inaendelea kuhappen. And you're there thinking that because okay, maybe unazanipatia your 2 cents on this. The president was defending himself saying that if they do a crackdown on this, watu wanaenda kusema watoto wao wanauliwa. So what do you think? How do you think this situation needs to be handled? Because it has to be handled. And handling it might get ugly.
First of all, who said that handling with them is killing them? Like, I mean, we have courts, we have systems.
Okay.
Yeah, take them through the legal process. If this is someone who was involved in that goonship, then charge them. You know, no one is saying, ati now you go with guns and you just start shooting people and sasa ndo tunasafisha inchi. No, that's not what we're saying. And then the other thing is, we have to also realize at what point did this goon, in fact, there's a time I think Nation had quoted and called them goonzi, which I feel was very detrimental because it harmed the Gen Z narrative.
The funny thing is, wacha nitete Nation, I don't think Nation come up na you jina goonzi the first time nilisikia. Ilikuwa that dude, Swale Sonko. You know him? Sisi ni magunzi. Nyi mnajichukua nyini Gen Z. Sisi ni gunzi. So he was telling Gen Zs they are going to attack them. Msikuja hapa mnaharibia tu biashara ati maandamano. Sisi ni gunzi. So that's where the name came from. So I think they were reporting it, but they made a mistake by not maybe giving the context. But yes, it was not them who came up with that. Yes.
Okay. And I also think it was a mistake to perpetuate and amplify and exaggerate and continue it. And I'll say why. Because even if we go back to COVID-19, the super spreaders, it's young people.
Yes.
After June 25th, that was like one item where it was young people coming out for the better of the country peacefully. For once. Positive light of young people. But however, we completely turned and changed that narrative almost immediately. It was like, no. There's no way these young people can remain to have a goal, which is for the good of the country. And for me, why I'm saying Gunzi is a very strong term. It's a narrative of framing. Is because it needed a villain. You need to have, okay, these are the good ones who are saying register and vote. These are the bad ones who are saying we're not going to let you engage how you want to engage. You had to create a villain.
Yes.
And it had to be a villain who's in the same age bracket. It had to give this narrative of, hey, these guys, these young people, no, they are not good. No, they are not. Even in a house in rural areas, you're hearing people saying, na usikuwe kama Gen Z.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because it's
Gen Z ni wasumbu.
Unasikia?
Yeah.
And very quickly, it has actually changed the narrative out here. And narratives are extremely important because they build stories. I just explained how, propagandists will call civil society evil society. It's a narrative. So you'll find yourself fighting this narrative of Gunzi, and we're not here questioning, but why are we not calling out the politicians paying them? Why is it about the goons? Why media highlight the people paying them? How much are they getting paid? Why are they still functioning at work? Like, why is the narrative on the person being used, not the person using them?
Yes.
Yeah. So for me, I feel like that's where media has fallen off. I feel there's a lot more emphasis on who is doing the payment and they need to be stopped and not look at these bad boys. No. We have completely missed the plot.
Yes. Because pia ni very hard kupata mtu yuko na something to do akikuwa gun inakuaga like someone has to try and take advantage of you. There was this guy called Cecil. Hii time Cecil aliendaga place akina Bonio alikuwa. Were you there? Okay, because there's this you remember him, eh? This guy who passed away. Alafu I saw there's this other thing niliona.
I didn't even know that.
Yes, even when he passed away, Boni did a whole video about him, saying the way alikuwa ametoka, and there are videos shared. Like walienda hiyo story ya goons kuenda kwa political meetings and starting asking, wanaanza kuuliza maswali za who are you given permission, who's protecting you. So alikuwa ametry kuthreaten akina Boni, basi unajuaga Boni waga team courage, so ile umanga he met it with umanga, and yeah, so that happened. Yes. But now kuna hii the People's Restorative Justice Commission, yes?
Yeah.
What is this all about?
It's an idea. Actually, it was formed more than a year ago.
Okay.
And it's an idea that came from South Africa. In terms of, first of all, it's chaired by Justin Muturi.
Okay.
And the idea is we need answers to the injustices that have happened in our country.
Okay.
We've talked about TGRC. We have reports, but we do nothing about it. So borrowing from South Africa in terms of having even public hearings, because, a lot of times when we think about the compensation, we think it's only monetary, but it's not.
Yes.
And there are things that we can learn from other countries. So it was formed on the basis of we do need to start thinking about the injustices that we have gone through as a country and finding not just solutions, but community approaches to reconciliation. Yeah, so I am a commissioner on there.
Okay, but kuna mtu ataiangalia because remember we live in quotes in a democracy. So mtu ataiangalia ashindwe like this is all opposition members. So is it an opposition movement thing? Unaelewa kile namaanisha?
I promise you, that thing was formed even before this. What is it called? Alternative opposition.
Yes.
Yeah, if you look at even the dating of it, I would say I feel that when you're standing on truth right now, you can be viewed as opposition.
Okay.
Yeah. Because even watching the health summit and, hearing some of the feedback from some of the delegates who are giving responses to the president.
Yes.
I'm like, it doesn't stop the experience that I saw of Nakuru people sleeping out and waiting to get into a health center. It doesn't stop what I have seen in Kakamega. Like, are you telling me that experience was fake, for me in Kakamega? So when you start to now speak truth to state in certain times, you can be viewed as opposition. So no, I wouldn't say that it's just opposition. It's people who care about this country and people who came together and said, how can we share that this is an initiative that we think the country needs to have, since people are discussing future.
Yes.
It's something that we have not done that is important to our social fabric as a future. Okay,
so tukifikiria juu ya restorative justice, can you give me more specifics? Because I know, of course, it's going to center on extrajudicial.
Yes.
But what else? What else are we looking at? Ama,
it's even beyond, even like, so it's still in the formative stages. It's not even currently in existence. We're still something that we're forming. But the idea is even to answer to questions of past. Even when you talk to young people, they don't know about Wagala massacre.
Yes.
It's things like that, things that we have chosen to bury as a people. So not just looking at, like the compensation committee, they were looking at certain protests in a certain period for a political agreement.
Yes.
No. Yes. This is not about a political goal in the end. It's about, this is something that we have been burying for a while as a nation. And perhaps it also needs to form its own commission. So in South Africa, it started this way, something that was parallel, and it's something that actually gained ground and became an official commission recognized by the state.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's the idea. We're basically saying that as a nation, this is something that we do need, especially as we're talking about the future. There's certain pasts that we cannot just continue to bury. We have to deal with and start over with. And as a nation, we need to understand as to why. And perhaps we do need such a commission to exist to be able to deal with it. So this is what it's about.
Konene, so nimekuwa nikibonga na wasi wako US, najua, na wasi wangu wako US jo, kama bado hujajoin LemFi jo, nangoja nini? Make sure umetumia promo code Konene. But saizi, wacha nibonge na wasi wako Europe, na pia nibonge na wasi wako Brito. Usisahau kuwa join LemFi, natumia promo code IKONINI so that on your first transaction ya 100 euros utabaki umepata 10 euros cashback. Na kama uko Britain, on your first transaction ya 100 pounds utabaki umepata 10 pounds cashback. So nangoja nini? Baki umechangamka. Na usahau kuwa bado ukiwa hizo area za majuu utabaki umepay your bills hapa Kenya. Tuseme unataka kulipia madhako internet ama unataka kumlipia stima, unaweza tumia paybill haraka. Madha anaweza kupigia jua kuambia yuko kwa line jo. Anataka till, yani umwambie tu tuma till number, alafu unaingia kwa LemFi, unabaki umechangamka haraka. So baki umechangamka, fika LemFi, tumia promo code IKONINI. Jia nini? LemFi ni international payments for everyone. IKONINI.
Okay. And of course, elections zimekaribia kabisa. Do you see any difference happening this time? Do you feel like it's still going to be about tribal blocks vile imekuwa? This time is there a swing vote? Unajua vile states inakuwa na swing states. Is there a swing vote where people are just going to vote strictly based on ideology, not just tribe?
So, I was dancing as you're asking that question because tribe will exist, but I also believe that there's a cluster of people. So when I think about 2022,
yes,
there are about 8 million people who just stayed away. I feel like things are at such a point where those guys are gonna be like, yeah, by the way, hii siwezi ka, kwa fence. I need to decide.
Yes.
So I am predicting that we'll even have a lesser margin of people who stayed away.
Okay.
So, and that's from 2022. So I've not even added the new voters on the block.
Okay.
Which will now bring it to, with the 2.6, 10.6. And then we also have now the voters who haven't registered, but voter registration is still ongoing.
Yes.
And Ademba, Oeba, team, please, we need another cycle of Tukokadi. So I do believe that they can actually get another 2 million. I do.
Okay.
And so that can even add it now to another 12.6. And those are people who just didn't engage in the last election.
Okay.
Now there's us. I'm assuming you voted, no?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not answering.
Okay. Wacha nijitetea. Na kuaga, yangu ni a very long answer. I have like the worst memory.
Okay.
So, I've voted like in all elections since 2002. Here 2022, I wake up very well naenda kuvote. Then I find my ID and I can't find my voter's card and I'm losing my shit. I'm like, what the hell is my voter's card? So instead of kupigia watu kuuliza, do vote na nini? Because remember it's something that happens once every 5 years. I was like, damn, sijapata voters card yangu, so siendi kuvote. So
baadaye
ninaambia budo alikuwa na ID. So it's shameful. But this time nitakuwa kwa line mapema sana.
Thank you. But you have done some civic education. You don't need that card.
Yes, you just need
your ID.
So it's shameful. Anyone.
Correct.
Ukiongea na mtu wa siasa place unatry kumdanganya ulivote ni
I know. I was like, that answer.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So
all right.
So that's what happened. So I was part of the 8 million.
Oh.
And I'm ashamed because I was not part of them because I felt like there was no choice between. I always feel there is a choice. You can make a choice. You can look at two people and be like, let me make a choice between these two. Yes.
Imagine, I wouldn't be surprised if there were many people like you.
Yeah.
On that day. And so for me, I feel like that is a whole conversation for a swing vote. That is not a small number.
Yes.
That is a presidential ticket that did not engage in 2022. For me, that's a fresh vote. And so I do believe that we're going to have a lot of new faces in our politics.
Okay.
I'm encouraged because even when I look at the political parties, sisi ni watu wa siasa, a lot of them have a lot of young people within the party structures.
Okay.
This is actually one election where, if I look at the youth leagues, it's the first time I'm seeing a lot of young women running the youth leagues, which is quite different. We're seeing even EDs, executive directors, young people. It's even young women. And so people would be like, oh, what does that matter? It matters because in political party structures, they like to keep particular positions for... how do I call it? They like to keep particular positions for the shiny things of their party. Like, you want the SG to be charismatic. You want the SG to encourage members. And a lot of times we have been seeing SGs being typically male. So when I look at an image right now of the alternative opposition, the only woman I'll see there is Martha Karua.
Yes. Okay.
But if we were to take a picture of the alternative opposition SGs, you will actually have a balance between the men and women. And they're normally actually younger. Okay. And so for me, it's encouraging because we're seeing a transition. Because alternative opposition, the party leaders, is the politics of yesterday. That's what we're used to seeing, those people, those faces. But the new entrants coming in, even when I see Kina Sifuna traveling and I can see Pauline and I can see Faith Odhiambo and I can see Crystal Asige, I'm like, oh, okay. I can see Pauline or Wako. Okay, you are actually seeing a mix of women and men.
Yes.
So for me, this is going to mean we're going to have diversity within the politics. It is still going to be tribal, but I think Luyas are going to vote differently.
Okay.
Yeah, I feel it.
But Luyas are going to vote differently, unamaanisha si kila mtu Sifuna. Sisi ni Sifuna.
Not only that,
sisi ni Sifuna, umonde kumonde.
No. So, and maybe
Pole, that's the only Luya nini. Umundu kumundu Sifuna. Like
such a manly anyway. A manly statement.
Yeah.
But also, not only that, I'm saying lawyers will vote differently because we will still have various political parties, which I think is fine. Even though, people out here saying Ndindinyoro Amol with his People's Party, I kind of get it because Jubilee is losing its ground in Mount Kenya.
UDA.
Yeah, UDA as well.
Yeah.
So now if you leave DCP, it will be this sole party where everything, decisions come from one.
Yes.
And sometimes that's unhealthy for a democracy. You also need diversity. So I can see how he's also thinking beyond because DCP being the only party, they are going to have disgruntled candidates. They're not going to be able to please everyone.
Yes.
So where are those guys supposed to go?
Okay.
Where are they supposed to go? Because they're not going to go to this other side of UDA. They're not. So where is the home? So for me, I think he's already thinking futuristically of, let me create a home for the disgruntled.
Yes.
So even though you don't get it now, eventually you'll get it maybe in 2032. But I think lawyers are going to vote differently because we have been really loyal to ODM. Tumekuwa loyal.
Yeah.
Yo. And then now you're just like, how come ODM, how come you are not being loyal to us? You know, we've been loyal to you for decades, you know? Na nyinyi, you know? And in all honesty, it's Luyas that top up ODM.
Yes.
And so I feel that Luyas are beginning to see that. And they're like, Allah. And even when you look at the voting, even when Rao was around, were they that much of a voting bloc as Luos?
Luos or Luyas?
No, Luos.
Luos used to, I think after 2007, that defeat was so painful that a lot of them wakapata ile ni voter apathy. There's that one, and then there's another narrative. I don't know how true it is, but I remember seeing this image of Luos wamepanga line wakichukua IDs. So kuna time atikupata ID likama ikakuwa hard kiasi. I don't know how true that is. So right now they are wanachukua IDs even more. So I won't be surprised that this time voter turnout itakuwa high kushinda ya during Raila. Because another mistake that used to happen, someone broke down. Akuna a guy tunahavigi naitwa Robo. Alikuwa na he explained pia the Luo problem and why they never used to show up for voting. He's the only person who needed people to show up 100% was Raila. Because he was running for president. All the others knew as soon as I have the ODM ticket, I already won. So they didn't worry about voter turnout. Compared to Central Province where you have maybe a very strong PNU guy and you have a very strong UDA guy. So both of them are asking people, please show up and vote. So that means that what wanna show. So saa hizi, juu Raila yuko, ODM, it's not 100% guaranteed that ODM members are going to win. So now, people are going to show up because they need to vote for the governor, they need to vote for the MPs, and they need to vote for the MCAs. Because hizi hakuna ile guarantee. But ile guarantee ya Raila ile like if you are in Luo Nyanza and you have the ODM ticket, 100% you are winning, used to work against Raila himself. Because now, hakuna haja ya kuambia self show up because I'm going to win. But if he'd left, that's now his so-called Achilles heel. Angeachia tu democracy work vizuri pale. Achie hiyo, I think kulikuwa na ingine sijui UDM na achie nini. Na make sure tu wote ni under yeye. Like because they still supported him. What would have, that competition would have created people showing up to vote. So exactly. I think this time, the same one asema juu the Luyas are going to show up. I think Wajaka wanaenda kushow up more than Raila. Yes, I think it's going to be. Will they be involved in protest if the election is stolen? No. Hiyo hata mtu asijidanganye. One thing about it is Raila was Raila. And watakuwa accept and move on. They'll move on super fast.
But you see, there's something interesting with your analysis because you've even shared how that competition actually forces candidates to go out and pull people out.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And those elections are normally very close, so you have to have high turnouts.
Yes.
But now that you have a party that doesn't have that charismatic political leader who would be able to point, then who are they competing with there? What would encourage them to come out?
Your time. I think another thing that's going to happen is, you see, right now, Ruto's second term, I don't know if you know this, but it's pegged on literally Luyas and Luos.
Yes. And that's why I'm arguing with you. Why? Because Luyas are the ones who are going to be the swing.
Yes. So it's pegged on. My best. Unachukua call? Yeah, ama you'll call her back?
I'll call her back.
Utamcall back niko hapa kwa alikuwa nafaa kuja hapa na siku hizi ananilenga.
I'll tell her.
So okay. Nikuache umalizie hiyo nini?
I am done. I've texted her.
This is what I'm saying. So Ruto's second term is basically he's banking on these two blocks and he's banking on them based on Mauri Roni and the SGR. The SGR is going to be such a game changer that even afterwards for even Sifuna, if Sifuna is not the presidential candidate or opposition, itakuwa hard sana, I still believe, to convince a lot of lawyers to vote against Ruto. Because if it's true amefufua Nzoia Sugar, amefufua hizo akina Mumias Sugar, I don't know how true it is, but nimesikia hivyo that on the ground zimefufuka. If he brings transport up to there and he makes people who used to spend 12 hours on the road are spending 4-5 hours, there's that aspect of the shiny things where you're like, oh, we can have these things. We can have Mauri Rone where we are moving very fast to this other side. So that's going to win him a certain amount of vote. Sindio? But now ikikam to Wajaka watakuwa easier to convince because there is no Raila. So if this thing ends up SGR ikifika tu Kisumu hivi, remember they used the Nyang'nyongo to launch it. Remember, I don't think a governor has ever been used. So all these were political games. So if they use that, I think I still believe until now, hata nikiona ile crown iliona Homa Bay, I still believe Jakani it's going to be mostly two-term. And it's going to be two-term based on hizo vitu. Like these things never happened under Uhuru. Now they're happening under this guy. And so now the swing vote becomes the Luya vote, the tricky vote. But this vote, I only see the opposition getting it if Sifuna is the presidential candidate. I feel like if he's the vice president, they've seen Mudavadi before. It's not nothing special. But that's me. When do Mluya? So when do if I've made a mistake. But if, because akichukua president, it's bad for Ruto. Because I see also a lot of young people who are going to vote just because it's Sifuna. And the best thing about Sifuna sisi ni Sifuna, it's a cool thing to be. But as soon as he's not, alafu ikuwe ni Gachagua ama ikuwe ni Kalonzo, I don't see them having the same oomph and being able, because if it's Kalonzo or Gachagua, then Ruto's argument of this guy has been in parliament for 50 years and this other guy ni Mkabila, mimi angalia alisema development haifai kuwa regions zingine, mimi nimewaletea railway, nimewaletea barabara, nimewaletea by next year I think hiyo Bomas itakuwa imeisha. I think he also wants to do between hapa na is it, although it's in Nairobi, but sinasikia there's another road that they want to build super fast between Bomas and Talanta. So everything is being done super fast. The only thing that can stop this guy right now is El Nino, because El Nino, it's coming. But so if he does all these things super fast, it's going to be tricky. But sound is aniambia, do you see Luya's voting in opposition if Sifuna is not the presidential candidate?
No. Because, so, yes, there's a liking to Sifuna. Yeah. And that actually they underestimated it.
Yes.
Definitely what we're going to see is the president roping Oparanya to now sort of entice Luyas.
Yes.
But like I told you, even there's going to be new things. There's going to be a lot of new young candidates, actually.
Yes.
So even the house is going to be younger. And that's something that, you know, people also have to come to account.
Yes.
And I agree with you. Me, I'm happy to see Sifuna as a presidential candidate. I think we need to go beyond he's too young, he doesn't have experience. No. These guys, first of all, when Kina Orengo were entering politics, they were even way younger.
They were younger, yes.
So I don't understand what these narratives. Me, I'm stuck on
narratives. Wazuri. They're good at their job because they've made young people think that they started old. They started in their 20s.
The only person who was even old after independence was Jomo Kenyatta.
Yeah.
And we need to remember those things and remind young people of that. It was youth. And bring that back.
Yes.
But I think also for me, what I am very, 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 very excited about is what I see is happening globally. Like when you see what Nepal did, having a DJ for a prime minister. When you see the formation of Cockroach Party, Junta.
Yes.
Even the fact that they had 20 million members on social media and then they're actually able to form a political party. You're seeing that there are things that were like, hey, what's going on? What's this? I feel it's young people rebelling and making a decision that is out of the ordinary. And we have people who are still stuck on playing politics the same way they've understood it. So even after you talked about, Hanifa with the crowdsourcing, can you imagine?
Yes.
This girl was managing 8 million. Can you someone you don't even know
Yeah.
And Kenyans were like, oh, here, you're helping. The Mashujaa concert, again, donations.
Yes.
So Kenya changed that day. And so even when you're seeing, when he's doing his campaigns, people are giving him 100 bob.
Yes.
My friends, the politics changed. We've gone to the politics of, this is the person that I want on the ticket. And I will even fund it, no matter how little it is.
Yes.
It's no longer, let's just take money from whoever is giving us money, and that's the person we support. And then I feel that that's where that swing is going to come. And I feel the more we regulars seeing people contributing toward a candidate, the more we are seeing, okay, there's actually a change in mind, a change in narrative that's important to continue to cultivate and not to allow this speech of tribalism to continue to sink in. Because what the status quo politicians are going to try their best to do is keep the conversation around, I hate you, you hate me, this is a stereotype of you, that's me. Like, they'll keep it there. And that's what we need to remove that from the agenda. And that's the only way we have a chance to see Sifuna as a presidential candidate.
Okay.
Yeah.
And do you feel like you come to talking about issues, then Samoei is beating them? Because that has been my view. That he might be selling, in quotes, bullshit, but he knows how to sell his bullshit. Because when he talks about health, like yesterday, that thing he had about health, when it comes to SHA, I've met a lot of people who SHA has helped. Ata majuzi I had someone, who did I have? I had Levi Munyeri, the lawyer. And he was saying the way SHA was set up to fail. If you go through the comments, what are like, no, SHA imenisaidia. So with SHA, the problem is there's a lot of thievery happening. Because not just because of government, but also because of hospitals. Because we are very dishonest. We are a very dishonest bunch. I think Levi Mwenyendi alisema that kuna, like in his village, kuna 2 old wazes who are telling him that haulipwa waende walale kwa hospitali for a night. And then they are billed, and then that bill is split between them and the hospital. You see, that one you can't blame Ruto. You understand? There are things where we have to look at ourselves and be like, what are we doing as a people? Where did we become this dishonest? Nacheki. So tuseme kuna hiyo, alafu tuseme hii stories za kina Mauri, Roni, whatever, these are happening. So it's like, this is what I'm doing. What are these guys doing? And I feel like now they need to come up. Like even for Sifuna, he needs to come out and say, if I get this thing, this is what I'm going to do. 1, 2, 3. And he should not wait for tomorrow. He needs to be working on that today. Because the story of a chicken and 12th floor, it has its time. And I feel like he's used it enough. Unajua. Alafu pia si wajaka tunajua fish hezi fika 12th floor, you understand? But you understand, like, let's get to there. And I feel like that's the place where he's beating them, because they are not countering him with, this is what we are going to do.
Yeah.
So what do you think about that?
Yeah, but if you feel if they're countering him, they're on his agenda. Like, I get you in terms of we should be speaking to the issues. Yes, I agree.
Yeah.
Then the issue for me, with the SHA example you've given, is why haven't heads rolled because of that? Because we have seen, even through the Auditor General's report, that, 8 billion went missing in SHA. Is it 15? So who is in charge of that? Like, why did things go on as business as usual? So that's where now I'll put the president on a chopping block.
Yes.
Because I'm like, hey, Auditor General said this. Who's the cabinet secretary? Why are they still continuing? You did nothing. Because it starts from the top for me. And then also, I do think that, first of all, the whole Sifuna thing, it's like it was stumbled upon. And then it was, it
became something. Yes.
Yeah, it became something. So I think also he's someone who has to now work very, very quickly. And you're working backwards to a goal that you didn't place. That's something that, you're talking about a president who has been saying he wants to be president since he was in Y2K.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the person you're competing with. When they started in politics, they were like, I'm going to end here.
And be president
one day. I will be president one day. Then you're competing with someone who's like, man, I didn't even know this was part of my life plan. And so you're also talking about that sinking in to somebody in such a short period of time? Because we have less than a year.
Yes.
Yeah. And so even the kind of team, the kind of grooming we're talking about is something that, to speak to the issues, is not going to be that simple for him either. Because that wasn't even a goal he had placed on himself. So it's not to just defend him, but it's also to say for where he found himself and where he is now.
Yes.
Anajaribu sana.
Okay, but ananid kuamka. I need kuamka because if he doesn't amka, because I've been looking at these other opposition leaders and I've been saying that so far they've not convinced me. That's why watu wanataka mama tuta naambia zi kuzasa haja ni convinced because mostly it's the same old politicians and I feel like they're fighting this guy because he's eating with them. They're not fighting him because of some ideology. Then comes my ideal candidate, Nishai Samaga. To me, Wagani Boni. I feel like Boni would change everything. But do I think he can win? No. I think a few things work against him. Number one, the NGO thing. Number two, his tribe. His tribe being that he is Boni, and there are people who look at him like we've already had enough Kikuyu presidents, and the people who don't look at him that way are Kikuyus who look at him as someone who betrayed the community because he was protesting during Kibaki, unakumbuka? Akipigwa.
I remember.
Then aka-protest against Uhuru. So him is a betrayer of the community. Yes? So with that, he does not have ile. So him is a pipe dream. So tuko like, huyu anaweza pata kweli. See. So now let's come back to these other guys. And they come to these other guys. Now, out of all of them, the one politician that is different is Sifuna. But now Sifuna is fighting with a guy who just keeps saying, this is what I'm doing, this is what I'm doing, this is what I'm doing, this is what I'm doing. So now he has to counter that with that. Because if he can only counter it with Kasongo, one time. For us, wale had to go excited na politicians where they're like, damn, this guy has no idea on what he's going to do. And the worst thing about having no idea is you're going to disappoint the people and they're going to hate you even more. Because like right now, if you go to the few people who believe in Sifuna, they believe in him so much that if he became president and disappointed them, they'd hate him. Like kuna boy fulani mpaka I'm planning to invite him up. Every day, akiamka tu yo post juu ya Sifuna. Like, Sifuna atafanya hivi. I think mpaka kuna wasi wameanzisha a page called President Sifuna. Like it's there. Like, so people have done this. So he needs now, yes, 1 month ago tunizamtetea tuseme he just stumbled into this thing. No, budajo. Mi saizi mkianza kusema more for president, by kesho niko na manifest. That's what I'm saying. Like he needs to wake up fast and start pushing. This is what I do. Yeah.
Okay, I hear you. I hear you. Valid point, Tushe.
Yeah. But sasa, so umesema voter turnout you expect?
It will be high. Yeah.
Okay. Monkey business. Do you expect any sort of monkey business? Because remember what happened in TZ last year. And this got me in so much trouble that nilipatiwa warning kutoka kwa platform niko. Because niliambiwa na spread disinformation to your country. But one of the things nilikuwa nimesema when those videos were coming out was like she was going to get away with it. And I was telling people that it's just the African thing. They always get away with it. So, by any chance, do you see any monkey business ki happen in Kenya ama tumepita your level?
Oh, I think they will try. They will try because they have shown us. See, Olkalau walikuwa na jaribu. But it's like, the people vehemently rejected.
Yes.
So they are showing us that they will try. But I think that for Kenya, we have too many countries that depend on our stability. And even when you think about what happened with the internet shutdown in Tanzania.
Yes.
And even if they were to do an internet shutdown, they would start with a slowdown. But even that would give them so much pressure to put systems back on. Because you have governments, Somalia, South Sudan. You have neighboring countries that not only have a lot of business centered here, investment, real estate. So it would not only impact Kenya, it would impact other countries as well. So I think in that sense, we have that not really lack in regards to, it's a lot more difficult to just shut it down.
Yeah.
And then the other thing is we are also the democracy project, you know? We're the ones where people are like, well, like in Kenya, they have systems. So since our friends are still a lot of foreign missions,
Yes.
you want to also appear to have, systems and function, even though behind the scenes you're trying to make things go in a particular direction. So I think that also makes it difficult for them to just be like, shut it down, and don't care, shut it down, like, like UG.
Okay.
So for me, that does give me some semblance of hope. But also, imagine forcing your way through and then coming in as a minority president.
Yes.
Yo, how are you going to manage?
This MP, kuna that much faith in these MPs of ours. These ones, wakibraibiwa, they'll, because don't forget, if they come in, so you can't recall them in less than 2 years. You can't recall them.
Yeah.
So in that 3 years, they can do all the monkey business they want to do.
But let me tell you, Nomas, like there are guys who, they know. Let me tell you, there are people who know they are not getting voted back in. They know.
Yes, anajuao, like Kimani Ichung'wah knows he's not coming back.
Yeah.
Although he's done a really good job for Kikuyu constituency, he might be nini, but I remember nilikuwa na watch some guy called, was it nani Shagama Juice, but someone was talking about Kimani Ichung'wah, saying the way he hates him, but he's done a good job. Like that place has but he knows he's not coming back.
Yeah.
So there are such people who know they are not coming
Yes.
back, especially watu wa Central.
Yes.
Wengi sana, they are not coming back. The ones who voted against like voted for the impeachment ya Gachagua. But there's something that Moses Kuria said, and maybe you can give me my 2 cents on that. Moses Kuria said a lot of people are going to become MPs with a DCP seat. And then he said, straight after that, if Ruto wins, we're just going to buy them.
Where?
So you don't think that's possible?
I think you can buy them, but you see, even in the beginning, because this breakaway happened after people had served for 2 years?
Yes.
That's when they started feeling the pressure of the public. Now, the pressure, people now know how to put pressure.
Yes.
So you, ukiingia, alafu watu wanaona umenunuliwa, you will have no peace. These guys were being chased away from their homes. They couldn't even attend church services. Now, you're telling me they are going to buy them in the beginning. You don't think they are going to be met with that same angry public mass way soon into their career?
You see, this anger, you also have to rate the anger. You have to know the anger. Kama kuna red zone ya anger, ni Central Kenya. The other regions are angry, but they've always been angry because Raila has been losing. I know a lot of Luyas walikuwa wamekasirika kabisa juu ya Raila losses, ndio?
Yeah.
Luos, and so they are used to being angry. So it's not something new to them. So the main anger hapa, kumbuka hata nani, like the first people to betray in quotes Raila wa ODM members, because they knew huko watu wamezoea hizi story. So I think as soon as Ruto was sworn in, Jalas, Ojienda, Karoli, all went to meet Ruto. So that one, don't be surprised. Like if Luo Nyanza MPs, Kisii MPs, if Matiang'i is given something, and even Luya MPs wakienda hapo kukiss the ring, the place where it's going to be hard kabisa ni Central. Na Central pia, hii pesa inasemekana Ruto iko nayo from kuuza chicken. It's so much. Chickens in a sell. Sinyo Luya ndo unanuaga chicken, so unajua. So chickens in a sell sana. So I think if he decides to just spend some of the profits of the chicken on you people, on Central Province, I don't trust these MPs that enough to think that there can be a minority government.
But let me ask you, okay, so how much was spent in Olkalau? What were they saying?
Ilikuwa, yes. Okay.
Yeah? It was a lot of money.
Yeah.
Now, imagine doing that for an entire country, before the election, okay?
Yes.
Then you have to now give some more after the election. I feel like we speak as though resources can't run out. I don't know why we feel like...
The amount of... Okay. If we are to believe what Gachagua is telling us, Gachagua is telling us that... affordable housing. Ruto is making money. Sindio?
But ni nani ndo anachukua hizo affordable housing? Because even me, I've also heard, like, there's a way for you to get into the list, to get into the housing. So even you, by the time you get there, because it wasn't genuine, are you going to be paying rent? Ama ni nyumba yako?
Unafaa kuparent. Utaparent to government itakuwa reclaimed back. They are going to take it. Hiyo time ndo utajua serikali inafanya kazi.
But no, even if you think about the kind of people we're dealing with, these are people who just grab and take.
Yes.
So why should they pay?
Why should the normal citizen pay?
They are not, just because of how they received the house.
Yes.
It was not the fair procedure. Not all of them. Maybe some. But not all. There are some where it was just, huyu ni mtu wangu, huyu, it was a gift. So you're seeing it as a gift.
See, I think time ya hapo nitatetea government, time ya Uhuru, the affordable housing, hiyo time you could not apply online. Yes, hizo ni apply online. I've not.
Yeah, now you can.
Sijaona place yote ile mimi personally nataka. Nimesikia kuna zile wanataka kubuild that are a little bit bigger. Because sizes kuna social housing na affordable housing na whatever. So a lot of the ones that I'm seeing are social housing. Where it's a house. Muslim, I don't want to own a house that I can't live in. You understand? Like, it makes no sense. Just like these landlords who build houses that they can't live in. So nataka nikibai ikweni haoneza move into. So on Friday, hii wiki, we should have the CEO of affordable housing. So in the process, we are going to ask him his story and know where the middle class is going to get it. But I think una put too much faith in Kenyan MPs. Me, I always assume, because as much as tukiangalia Central, there's a lot of people right now who are kissing the ring at DCP, not because they believe in Gachagua, but because they want to win. Can we agree on that?
Yeah, that I agree.
So changing those people's minds and making them protect him, you think that's hard? If he does anything, I think it's very simple.
I think
these people are not principled.
They are not principled. They are not principled. And the reason why I think it's going to be harder is because, like, I'm not a youth, but I've been doing this work for more than 10 years.
Yes.
And I can tell you that each year, when I meet the incoming 18-year-old, they are just a different breed from the last. In fact, they are becoming more assertive, more vocal, more opinionated, more, the millennial that left Gen X, just after Gen X, they are a little bit mild. They don't really speak back. So we're seeing actually a generational shift.
Yes.
So MPs are going to be voted in by members of the public who are completely different from who voted in 5 years ago. That's what I'm saying. We talked about that whole swing. So for me, as much as they are going to be bribed, and yes, they'll take that vote or that bribe, it's going to be so much more difficult for them to even navigate their job as a representative. It will be. Because after we saw how people came out and said, you're not listening. In fact, this is why I think the president is doing a whole listening session. People went to the streets because they felt they were not being heard by their representatives. MPs were not listening. They were like, finance bill? No. And they didn't listen. They were saying, sisi tumelipwa, tunaenda hivi.
Yeah.
And they did it. And so when you see his campaign team now starting to say, you have to come out as the person who is speaking to issues, as the person who listens to the public. You are hearing him listening.
Yes.
Tell me, how are things there now? He's listening. It's showing that he's realizing the masses are caring for someone who listens.
Okay.
So for me, he has changed tact. It's no longer, let me throw shiny big things at you. 10 stadiums, 20 houses. No. Now it's like, listen. Let me listen. What's the issue? We're fixing it. So that for me shows you that the members of parliament coming in are going to have the uphill battle of listening to their constituents and actually solving their issues. When they stop listening, my friend, they will not even have peace in their own home.
Okay.
I guarantee you. That's why.
Okay. Wacha tungoje, because mimi I'll always use the Jalas example as where hiyo kitu ilinionyesha there is no loyalty because I don't think Jalas would have won the seat without Raila.
Yeah.
And the fact that he was one of the first people kwenda pale.
Yeah.
But tukimalizia like one of the breaking news ile imehappen saa hizi ni SHA welcomes its newly appointed staff strengthening our team and capacity to serve Kenyans. Yes.
Okay.
So remember Kenya, we always battling tribalism. So I want to see your 2 cents on this. So the list is out, and with the list, the principal fund management, kuna Gideon Kiprono Kilel, alafu number 2 ni Abdallah Kalimbo Mboga. Yes. Then we have how many? We have 7 administrative officers. We have Frida Modhoni, we have Ramla Jepchirchir Tomno, Rachel Gagwiri Amuiti, Jocelyn Chelangat, we have Christine Amwai, and we have Jacqueline Gataka. So that means out of 7, we have 2. Then out of our 47, anataka kuona, I don't know if you'll be able to count all of them, but let's try. Yes.
Okay.
So number 1, Naomi Jepngetich Kiprop. Yes. Then Vinci Mwatwa Saiputu Leniara Omar Mohamed. Then kuna Nora Chebet, Beatrice Mariani, Faith Akinyi, Japheth Nyaemo, Dennis Maikedo, Moses Njage, Mumbi Lucy, Julius Menza, Margaret Maina, and then Gardoencia Jepkoech, Deka Salat, Ahmed Mohamud, Roslyn Sindikate, Maxwell Joroge, Bernard Rain, Shivachi, Ashley, Joan Sinti, Samuel Somayan, Hussein Osana. Okay, it's not that bad, I guess. Abigail Jepkoech. Okay, not bad. Okay, I don't think it's that bad, ama? So far, like, kwa hii 47 si mbaya sana, si ndio? Kwa hizo zingine ndio ilikuwa mbaya.
No, I feel kwani we only have Kale, Kyuk, Somali Kenya or
okay, wacha tuendelee. Maybe Abigail Jepkoech kwa tumefika hapo 25 Eunice Kuyoni, Mary Robamaroa, Hussein Abdi, Mwangeli Wambua, Ismail Rahma, Jeremiah Areng, Isaiah Keitani Bungei. That's our Kale name, mama.
Yes.
Then kuna Faith Sang, David Washira, Mawie Shamsha, Clinton Machora, Shadrack Kibet, Gideon Kimathi, Paris Jepto, Abdirahim, then kuna Alfred Kinoti, Wycliffe Nyongesa, Evelyn Kwamboka, Oscar Kamau, Jacqueline Jebet, kuna Samuel Sengelan, Lukman Ali. So SHA. So according to you, Umona, predominantly it's like Somali names and Kalenjin names, Okay, that's okay. Ilikuwa ni Kalenjin and Somalis and Samburus 80%, the rest of Kenya share the remaining. I don't think that's true, but it's still it's still bad.
Yeah, I sensed that as well.
Yeah. Oh. Okay, I don't know, man. I think history tribalism, because when I see 47, I assume these are counties.
Yeah, the counties.
So if it's counties,
Nairobi evolved.
Yes, Nairobi and the rest I expect to balance. Sindio? But these other regions I expect county, kikuwa ni Kisumu I expect a Jango. Kikuwa ni Busia I expect a Luya. Just for it's devolution. So let's just do it that way.
Yeah.
These are the predominant. But I don't know. So this is what imetokea. And yeah, I think it's Kenya. I think hizi vitu hata hazikushtuagi. Inakuwaga tu is the country that we have. But maybe last thing. Unaona, does he stand a chance? Some way.
His polling has been low for a while now.
Yes.
Because he has the instruments of power, he will always be able to stand a chance.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because you bulldoze your way through. But it's one of the things to be keen on, because you've just read that SHA list. It's also the police, you know, if we are to investigate even security agencies, you can see similarities. And as a president, and we're talking about standing a chance, it's a symbol of national unity. Where art thou?
Yes.
If you represent, you know, all people, you don't show it very well.
And if maybe the last thing pia nakuuliza, if he tried some monkey business, how
Yeah.
long do you think we would take before we accept and move on? Because TZ, I think it took like 1 week.
1 week. But I don't even think she's done with TZ. And like,
Yeah.
I don't think TZ is done because I feel the reaction to what happened in TZ. First of all, people were surprised Tanzanians went out and protested.
Yes.
So again, it's new, you know?
To them, yes.
Yes, it's new to them. So I also think she doesn't quite know who her populace is. Like right now, it might be chini ya maji. It might seem like it's quiet, but it's something simmering.
Yes.
So for us, I don't think we're going to forget because we are so vocal. Vocal, even online, it will continue to be so for a while. I don't
See atazima tu internet, no? Ama unasema, even after... Okay. Hopefully it doesn't. I always say that hopefully it doesn't, because I think one thing that I've learned from African governments is they're never afraid to use violence on their own people. So...
But you see, like what I don't get, you see, I've when I traveled to Chicago and I was around former, presidents, American presidents.
Yes.
I actually felt that I was in the presence of power.
Yes.
You can be president, have access to instruments of power, but when you walk into a room, your own citizens don't give you that reverence.
Yes.
So even if you take it by force, it is a sad state of affairs because even you don't feel like you are president. There's a difference to being president, feeling that you are, and being an actual president.
Does it matter to these African leaders?
It does, because imagine the embarrassment where you're addressing a crowd and people are walking out. Yes, it matters. They care about those small things. People are not even listening to you. Yes, they care. And they become to the point where they now start forcing it on you you can't move, sit there.
Yeah.
But that's why they move to that. Yeah.
Okay.
People.
So, another thing mupenda kusema is, because you brought up America.
Yeah.
America, Trump alisurprise watu sana.
Yeah.
Na alisurprise watu because all the polls that had been done were lying that the white male was going to vote for Kamala. There was a significant chunk of the white male that was supposed to vote for Kamala. But when it came to the actual vote, most white males voted for Trump. So I always say that there's a lot of people right now who are two-term, who will never say they're two-term. There's a lot of people right now who want only Gachagua, and they'll never say they want Gachagua. So what do you think about that come to Kenya? Do you think everything we are seeing is real? Because I feel like there's a lot of fakeness because people are afraid of backlash.
I agree with you there. Yeah, I don't think everything we're seeing is real. And there are some people who do support two-term and they don't openly say it. And, it's fine.
Yes.
They have every right to support who they want to support.
Yes.
But I feel in that regard, it's also that's why there's this wave around Sifuna. It's this sense of, give me something different, give me something else. And you'll see people joking, even if we put a goat there, we will give votes to the goat. And I think it comes to now, if we were to look at Trump's polling, it is also extremely low. It's not like he's performing well. Even those white males who are happy to vote him in are struggling to defend him.
Yes. And
so it doesn't necessarily mean that opinion also stays. It will also change depending on how they perform.
Okay. Because Sifuna, you don't think it's another Peter Kenneth moment? Remember the way, especially nyinyi madem pole ndawachomea, but vile Peter Kenneth alitokea madem alikuwa he's the next guy, I got into a lot of trouble because I remember that around that time I've always been, I don't know kind of rabble rouser or what, but I remember saying this is bullshit, Peter Kenneth is not going to get anything, and women attacked me. I don't know if I still have that post.
Did they attack you?
Yeah, we umbwa sura mbaya niko zile saa sura yangu imeingilia hapi just because I'm not light skinned.
That's so funny.
But yeah, it was so that happened. So with that, I'm always very careful when someone who's not the norm is praised that much, because I always feel there's a lot of fakeness. If he gets the presidential candidate, yes, he's going to be super popular. He's going to be Obama.
Yeah.
But if he doesn't get it, I feel like if he's a third wheel, I feel like he's going to be another maybe Wajakoya or so.
I'm gonna say that he actually has a good chance. Yeah, and it's because of that population thing I talked to you about. We cannot have the same people we have been seeing since our birth still competing amongst each other.
Yes.
It is a complete disconnect from the majority population. It is only a matter of time for transition to happen, and it's happening now.
Okay.
And so each of those candidates are going to really grapple with the fact that, do I have a running mate who is young? And the answer is going to be yes. That's going to be the question. The way in 2022, the question was, my running mate, should it be a woman? That's why the three had women, and it was only Ruto and Gachagua who were both men. The other three all had women.
Oh, yes, Wajakoya. Okay.
Yes, it's going to be the same with this one. Am I going to have a candidate who's a millennial and myself?
Yes.
Or are we going to stick it to the old politics of the day? The same, generation. That's going to be the question of 2027.
Okay. Now, best yako, a stand a chance. Boni
is really trying. By the way, I'm seeing he's even opening chapters in Muranga, different counties.
Yes.
It's a struggle. No, I think it's going to be really difficult. Not this time around, but I do believe Ukweli
at some
Party
point
should join the coalitions.
Yes.
And at some point, maybe 32. But I believe that we should have alternative voices still going forward. So he shouldn't stop.
Okay. Sasa, asante sana. Yeah,
thanks for having me.
Episode 718 ile a lot of these guys wale mufanya nao walikuwa wanataka kuwa hapa because we listen to rap music, and rap music unakuwa na place inaitwa 718. So 718 is in Brooklyn. So kisikia rapa amesema 718. So walikuwa wanataka sana kuwa hapa, but izeni jo 718 imewahata. So niko sure another one they'll want is 730. Do you know that American slang for 730?
No.
It's crazy that you've gone 730. It's an old slang, so you can still hear it on old rap songs. Like ukisikiza hizo rap songs the 90s, early 2000s, you'll hear 730. Like someone went 730 in Manisha, they went crazy. So that one I don't know kama watangukia, but hey, asante sana.
Thank you.
And hopefully this Goonism problem goes, man, because that's scary. That's, I think,
no, it has to be dealt with.
The one thing I'm afraid of come to next year, it's Goonism. But hopefully itapunguka. So yeah, imekuwa ni episode 718. Kama kawaida vile susema like, subscribe, hit the notification button, tell a friend. Tukimalizia tukisema Iko Nini.
Iko Nini.
Yeah.